Yeah. Um, Good evening, everyone. Good morning. Okay,
Good morning,
let's
Miss.
start.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
okay. So in the previous session, like we went through, like just we started on what were the drawbacks from the waterfall model, the previous way of working, and we took some scenarios where we found out that. While doing something like where we have taken a cooking example by a kid, okay, and we saw like um, we tried to find out what are the factors which led to a beautiful outcome, either in cooking or in any of the project. And from there, we had certain takeaway like transparency was there, inspection and adaptation, something like that. We have talked about that. Okay, and we talked about the disadvantages that are present in the waterfall model. Okay, and now we will be moving into uh, agile methodology. Okay, I mean, we'll just touch base here and talk about Scrum today, how it got evolved, and things about that. And later we will move into the agile principles and values. Okay, so agile is a methodology. Okay, so it's a methodology where you deliver the software or you deliver a value to the customer, okay, in terms of cycles, okay, and that means like you will not deliver at one shot, but you will be delivering the product or the value to the customer in some business cycles, okay. So uh, in one shot you will not be able to get that thing, but you will be doing in a cyclic fashion, okay, or I can say it as an iterative or iterative approach, okay, whatever how you pronounce it, man. So it's an iterative approach to the software development, okay. So it is not a single step or it is a continuous journey, okay. So when I say iterative approach, that means like it's a cyclic approach of shorter duration, which lasts from few weeks to few weeks, okay, from 1 to 4 weeks in between, okay. So one thing to remember here is the main focus on the agile is to be or have the agility. Okay, when I say agility, agility in the sense flexible, right? Is there any other thing like which you feel agility is something like you are adapting to something very fastly, or you are meeting the expectations of the customer and delivering very fastly to his requirement? Agility by the word itself means being flexible. Okay, not rigid, but being flexible. So here also, when I say agile, it means like we are making use of certain things, okay, certain principles or certain values or the process, so that you are delivering certain value to the customer, okay, and at the same time you are meeting the requirements of the customer, that to changing the changing requirements of the customer. Okay? It's not that you are fixed requirements; it is the changing requirements of the customer you are meeting and delivering it faster. Okay, so this is at the top level. What do you mean by the agile? Okay, it's a type. It's a methodology. Please understand. This is a way of working. It's a methodology. I want to highlight this particular word methodology. Okay, try to remember this. So agile, if you take, it is a embraces all the other things that come underneath. Like agile is an umbrella. Okay, which has certain values and principles, okay, and from where the other frameworks derive those things, okay, whatever they felt like that will be useful, and they have developed their own framework. So Scrum is such a framework. Okay? Agile is a methodology. Scrum is a framework. Okay, we'll talk about the definition of Scrum later. So again, we have a frameworks defined. Because we have a Scrum, we have a Kanban, we have Lean, we have Extreme Program. Okay. So there are so many things underneath which are derived from this agile way of working. Okay, please understand that. Here in our course, we will be touching, we will be thoroughly discussing on the Scrum, and we are going to touch base on the Kanban. Okay, so that will be there as part of the as a part of the content. Next, so the history, like if we talk about the history of the Scrum was first implemented in 1993. Okay, just to remember, I mean, this won't be asked, and no one even remembers this, but the thing is like it got evolved, it started from 1993. So one of our, if you say like Jeff Sutherland is one guy, okay, and who was like who is this person? Like we'll come to know a little later, but they were the people who are working behind, and they have got this concept from an article called the New Product Development Game in 1986. Okay, so actually, Nonaka, okay, they compared the new way of working approaches with a game called as rugby. Okay, so they, I think it's mostly played in it's American football. I think right in US, like most of the they play the rugby game like cricket in India. So in the rugby, they have took the references from the rugby, and they have started framing in that. So here in the rugby game, it's like you have a ball and you have the two teams circling it, and when the ball is passed upon, they make sure that the particular ball is thrown into the other team's post. So whatever. At the same time, the ball is being passed back and forth. Okay, so that it's okay. So it is the ball is played in such a way that you pass it to the team members back and forth, and then you make sure that it's not into the other opponent's party, and you do it. Okay, so whatever. So why actually? I mean, from where we got this particular word Scrum. So we got this word Scrum from the game called rugby. There is a event called scrummage. Okay, I mean that happens in the play. Okay, where if any of the teams make a foul or any of the members make a foul, if then the game is halted there itself. Again, they will be restarting it. Okay, restarting in the sense they will start from again passing the ball and all. So this restarting the game once again because you have done something wrong, okay, or because you did a fault, okay, or you did a fault. So that restarting is called as scrummage. Okay, so from there they took the word scrum. Have you ever come across this particular thing before? Or you ever heard about this, or like you are just hearing for the first time? In anybody here, I mean, did you know like why it is called as a scrum, not any other thing previously or before?
No idea.
Mhm. Okay, okay. So from here, actually, from here, like from the game called rugby, in one of the holes, like that is called as a scrummage, where you start the game, you restart the game once again because of the foul that you have done, or because you have done some mistake. There, that restarting of the game because you have done something wrong. And to correct that, whatever thing that you do, that is called as a scrummage. So from there, they have derived this word. Okay. So just remember this. This is going to be, I mean, it's like, knowing the things like will help you a lot in understanding. Okay. So in 1995, they introduced this particular paper, the Scrum Development Process paper, and this was collectively done by Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber. These two people, if you are becoming a Scrum Master or if you are working on any of the Agile, okay, you need to remember these people are our gods. Okay, Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber. Okay, now because of that, Scrum.org, which we were talking yesterday, the PSM, the CSM, these two people are the got split and they have their own organization. Scrum.org by Jeff Sutherland and CSM by Ken Schauber. Okay, so what these two people are, the one who stood for developing this one, and they introduced this. Scrum development paper in a place called Austin, Texas. Okay, and the first thing happened in 1995. Okay, next they introduced the Agile Manifesto in 2001. In 2002, they formed the Scrum Alliance. Okay, again after so many years, they formed this. They presented a paper called "The Value of the Scrum to the Organization." Later in 2016, we have the full scalable Scrum implemented in the organizations or in the IT. Okay, so we have the first version of the Scrum guide. Okay, what they did, like they sat together with all those who were there. There are almost 15 to 16 associates, if you see here. Okay, who sat together, formed this particular Agile manifesto. Okay, and after that, they implemented so the working in the later years. But the thing is, there were almost 15 to 16, 17 people who were working on this particular thing. Okay. So in this way, it got evolved. Okay. And the brief information is more than enough. Okay. So 2017, like we got the Scrum guide. And as a Scrum Master, it is very much essential that you know in and out of the Scrum guide, first of all. If you don't know the Scrum guide, first of all, what is there in the Scrum guide? First of all, you can't implement any of the events or whatever. Okay, either in the real life or in what in the your IT organization at all. You can't teach, you can't coach anyone. So it is essential that you, if you want to become a Scrum Master, we should learn the Scrum guide first. Okay, so the our course curriculum will include going through the Scrum guide content. Okay, in each and every line we'll be discussing it, the importance of those things, and all will be discussed. Okay, in 2017 we had the first version, and later in 2020 we have the second version. Okay, so till now only the second version is running, and we don't have the other version as of now. Okay. Good. So this is just a history of how it developed. Okay. So okay, fine. So this is just a thing about the Scrum part. So what actually the Scrum Master is going to do? All right. So you will have a doubt, right? Because the second session today, and you may be little maybe a vague idea might have come to you. Like, okay, fine. Till now, like something has happened, but what next? What we are going to do? What is going to be our role? What next? Okay. So the thing here is the Scrum Master plays a major role. Okay, knowingly or unknowingly, he has so many things to play. Okay, we so one of the things are he should be a good communicator or is a good communicator. Okay, he should inform. He should it is essential that he should have very good communication skills altogether. Okay. He's a facilitator of the activities or events in the meeting. Okay. So facilitator in the sense like he will make the things happen. He will conduct the meetings. Okay, he will call for the meetings. Okay, he will do all the take the action items, create an MOU and whatnot, whatever related to the events. Like he will be doing. He is a facilitator. Next, he will for an organization. He will be a coach. He will be agile coach. He will be training the individuals, new individuals. Let us say like freshers have come to the team. Like you will be coaching them. Okay. You will be clarifying their doubts on how to implement certain activities, certain events in your scrum. Okay, so you will be doing that. Okay. If someone is not following that, probably you will be going back to them and asking them, like, no, or you will teach them or you will train them. So you will be a coach, you will be a trainer, agile coach. Okay. You will be supporting the team. If there is any help that is needed by the team members, okay, then you will be there to help them. You will support the team in case of anything if they require. Okay. So remove the blockers. What do you mean by blockers? Anything that is obstructing their work. Okay, let us say you're working on one of the project and DB team, like they are not giving the access to the to any database. Okay, so then you will be that's a blocker to the developers or to the testers. Then you will be involving there and asking, send a mail to them, asking them, provide the credentials, following up with them and trying to remove the blockers. Okay, so the removing blockers is the one who helps you out. Okay. Whereas developers at that time, they will be, so they will be doing their work, or the testers who they will be doing their own work, but you will be working with the other resources, okay, the DB resources to get their, the thing resolved. That's a very good thing. Okay. And he's the one who reports to the management on the status of the work, how it is going. He's going to pull up the charts and show the progress of the project, the timelines, if they are meeting or not. So whatnot. So he's the one who does it. Okay. So he's going to report to the manager. Tool maintenance. He has certain tools like, inbuilt like Jira for this thing. Some in other companies they Azure data boards. Okay, and so the tool that he is going to take care of that. I won't say like he's an admin to that particular tool, but he's aware of, at least aware of, what are there in the tool and whom he can approach to for any problem. He protects the team, supports the team, at the same time protects the team. Okay, he's there standing with them, standing for them also, and helping them out so that they don't get burnt out, and is there to help them. Okay, so that's one thing. He's a very good communicator, and he has to be a very good communicator, or else it's a a very difficult thing for any person to be a scrum master in that case. So these many roles like he has to play, knowingly or unknowingly, he is going to do that. But here we have frame. Okay, and if you take not only this, uh, even without I mean, we ourselves, like, if you take individually also, we are also playing the role of this particular scrum master in our daily life, right? If anything happens in our home or in our any of the workplace or in any, like, knowingly or unknowingly, we do a lot of things, like we communicate that to our parents or to our neighbors or whoever it is. We will facilitate certain things to happen. We will train them on something. We support them. So it's not any other different thing to do. It is a part of our life. Only thing is like we do it in a very in a corporate way. That's it. Okay. So you it's so if you take that into consideration, this role is not a very complicated role to understand, or complicated role to complicated role at all. So it's a very nice role to help the team, and you will feel very happy. If I talk about the work-life balance, also yes, it's going to have a lot of work-life balance. At the same time, you'll have a lot of satisfaction because like you will be helping a lot many people who come to you or what. So these are the roles that actually a Scrum Master does. Okay, not only this, there are so many processes in the Scrum. Okay, like planning is one of the activity that happens in the Scrum. We will talk in detail once the Scrum guide starts. Okay, planning is one thing. We have daily meetings. Okay, that is called as a daily Scrum, which happens for 15 minutes. Is going to be train or teach them how to do that. There will be a review meeting. There will be a retrospective meeting. These are all the meetings I said, right? And all together. So these are all the events which happen, and Scrum Master is going to be there in facilitating this. Okay, helping the team members in all this particular thing. Okay, so Scrum Master job is to make sure that these happen as per the defined definition. Okay, in the Scrum guide. Okay? So it is our job as a Scrum Master. We should make sure that we are conducting this sprint planning event with a prescribed time limit. Okay, as mentioned in the Scrum guide. Also, we need to conduct this particular daily Scrum, everyday meeting for 15 minutes, as said in the Scrum guide. Okay, review and retrospective meetings as well. So, as a Scrum Master, it is our responsibility to make sure that we are, or the team is following the Scrum. Okay, and we have, okay, what that's what I was saying, right? Uh, there are five Scrum events. Okay, so who are these persons? Let us talk about that a little later. But as a Scrum Master, your job is to make sure that these things are happening. Okay, within that. Any questions still, or I'm a little fast?
I think we are good.
Okay, you can ping me or ask me if I'm going a little fast. Or there are any questions? Okay. Next thing that we have in the Actually, I'm just talking about the Scrum on the higher level, not okay. What are the there in the Scrum? Like what you have to do as a Scrum Master. Those things I'm talking about. Next, we have there are 5 events in the Scrum. Okay, what do you mean by the? I mean, the 5 events are like one is I will go with the first one. Okay, the sprint planning. Okay, what do you mean by sprint? We will talk that particular thing little. Let us say it is a planning event as of now. Then we have another meeting which happens every day for 15 minutes. That is called as daily Scrum. Then you will have a review meeting which happens a day before of the closure of your this thing, your uh, that is called as a sprint. Okay, so you will have a sprint review meeting, and you will have a retrospective meeting that happens after the or on the day last day of the your event, concluding event. Okay, that is called as retrospective meeting, and all the things okay which are done. Okay, are done in a container event called as a sprint. Okay, so sprint is nothing but a container event. Okay, what do you mean by a container? A container event is something which holds all these activities. Okay, so for example, if you take this winter season, winter season is a container event. Okay, for so many events happening, like you have Christmas happening, you have New Year. Okay, you have again if you take India. Okay, you have so many other festivals, Sankranti or Pongal, whatnot, and you have other things coming up. So winter season, if you take, it's a container event for all the other events, right? So sprint is something where you have all other events happening, okay, in that particular time. Okay, so and that too, okay, it's not. I mean, it can be of shorter duration, as I said in Agile. It's of shorter duration in cycles, spreading over weeks. Okay, in few weeks, not more than 4 weeks, within 2 to 4 weeks in between. So here we have taken a 1 month. So 1 month sprint. This is called as a 1 month sprint. Okay. So within 1 month, we have these 5 activities. One is sprint planning, daily scrum, review, retrospective, and all together this is called as a sprint. Then that's fine. Then why we are saying this as a sprint? Can anyone say what is sprint, or have you ever heard of this word sprint anyway in our daily life or in your activities anywhere other than IT? Sprint. Anyone can guess like have you ever heard this particular word
In
sprint anyway?
in races, running race, like you do that.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Why I'm actually stressing on this particular correlation because you will easily understand this thing. So we have this 100 meters sprint. Okay. So where everyone will be standing in the race. Okay. By the time they start, okay, they will be completing that in a few minutes or seconds or in minutes only, not seconds. So it's of shorter duration. Okay. So it's a marathon is a very bigger one, whereas a sprint is a smaller duration. Okay. Here also, when we are delivering the project, we are delivering the project within shorter time cycle. And for that, like they have taken the word called as a sprint. The sprint lasts for from 2 weeks, okay, up to maximum of 1 month, 4 weeks. Okay. So it can't be more than 4 weeks. It can't be more than a month. Okay. If it is more than a month, then you have to again divide that into few weeks only. Okay. So whatever it is from few weeks to months, it could be for 2 weeks or it could be for 1 month. Okay. So those container event is called as a sprint, and all other are the activities or the events which happen in the sprint. Now you will be there to make this happen, help the team members understand all these events, train them, coach them, do what. Okay. So this role is yours. Okay. And so something that we are talking the same thing. If you see like it's a cyclic type of thing which is happening. Okay, you have what are these words like you need not worry as of now. We have only thing you need to understand is this planning meeting happening. We have the daily scrum happening. We have the review meeting happening. Retrospective. Other things that's okay. Fine. We just don't. graphical representation of the activities. No? But the major events are these things which happen in the Scrum. And as a Scrum Master, you will be involved in all the activities. You should make sure that these are happening as per the Scrum guide. Okay, that's the definition. Okay, anything on this? Are you clear? Any questions, doubts?
I have one doubt on the daily meetings. That one actually, you mentioned 15 minutes. What if you have more developers on the team? Yeah, that is it.
Yes. Okay. One minute. So I will take 2 minutes for this question. Okay. The thing here is, first of all, as per the Scrum guide, okay, the maximum Scrum team members should be less than or equal to 10. Okay. Got it?
Okay.
So the team should have, the Scrum team consists of at the max 10 people. Please understand that. Next thing, we have 3 roles in the Scrum. 3 roles, that is product owner. Okay, we will talk about product owner next. That is another guy. We have another person called a Scrum Master, and we have another. These are called developers. Okay, they are developers irrespective of what they are doing, whether writing the code or testing, whatever it is, they are called as developers. Now, you are asking like what happens if the developers are more. Now, let us understand how many developers can be there in the Scrum team. See, product owner is one person, Scrum Master is another person, 2 people, sorry, 1 person. So there are 2 people other than developers. So developers, if you take PO plus SM plus developers, it should be less than 10, mathematically speaking. Okay. So developers should be less than maximum of 8. Got it?
Okay.
So excluding the Scrum Master and product owner, the developers can be maximum of 8 people. If it is beyond 8, split your team, have another Scrum team. That is said in the Scrum guide. We will talk about that. Okay. We have the, when we are talking about the Scrum team, that is clearly defined in the Scrum guide. That's why we need to know each and everything in the Scrum guide. Then we can say, I can see, now I can say, to your question, I can clearly say like, no, as per this one, I did this calculation, okay, because I know what is there in the Scrum guide. That's why it's very important as a Scrum Master to learn each and everything from the Scrum guide. Okay. So did I answer this? So in these developers 8, you can have 4 your testing, 4 coders, or 4 whatever, or 2 coders, 8 tester, whatever the configuration you are. As per the project need, you can do whatever. Okay. Someone was asking, okay, we have 15 members now. What should we do? It says only 10. Make 10, make 5. This is another Scrum team, this is another Scrum team. Okay. There will be one. It's too early to talk about how many product owners and Scrum Masters. But the thing is, yeah, split into 10 plus 5. That's it. Okay. These answers. Yeah. Any other question? Anybody? Okay, fine. So before we go ahead and talk about the Scrum, we should know what is actually Agile Manifesto has. Okay. And because like, it's Agile is an umbrella where you have a lot many frameworks from where it is getting derived, right? All the things. So we will try to understand Agile and from there we'll go to the other frameworks called as Scrum. Okay. So this was just, I was taking like how much salaries they're having as of 1-2 months back. Probably it may increase now, but whatever. That's okay. Okay. So there we have 12 principles and 4 values in the Agile Manifesto. Okay. Like, each and every political group or whatever, they have certain manifesto, right? They plan it. I mean, they say like, these are the things that will be there, okay, for which we will be working and from which, we are committed to, something like that. So Agile Manifesto is on the same, like they have 12 principles they have framed, okay, in the Agile Manifesto. And they make sure that if we are following the Agile, among these, like, most of the majority of the principles you need to implement, okay. And these are very easy to understand. Okay. Next thing. No interviewer is going to ask you all the 12 principles. So you need not by heart, you need not remember all this. At the max, 3 to 4 are more than enough. Okay. It's very easy. It's very common, thing that everyone can remember it very easily. Okay. So no one will ask you to remember 12 principles and say I'm going to it. Okay. Just don't panic. Okay. First, let's discuss because we'll be talking about these 12 principles today. I mean, not all, but whatever we can cover today, we'll cover. Okay. Uh, so actually, let's have a good interaction in these two principles because the more you talk, the more you understand. Okay. That's what actually I'm expecting out of this session. First one. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through the early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay. So let's try to understand this one. What is the highest priority here? The highest priority is continuous delivery of the valuable software. Okay, and early. It's not just yeah, we respect the customer, but it doesn't mean that we keep him keep on waiting, keep him waiting for till the product is getting ready and getting delivered. Okay, not going beyond the timelines. No, we are making sure, our Agile says, make sure that you are giving highest priority to the customer satisfaction. He should be satisfied first. Okay, if he is satisfied, probably you will get a business more. Okay, and how you are going to satisfy? You are going to satisfy by giving him the continuous delivery which you are committed to. Okay, and that too early and valuable. Okay, your delivery should be continuous. At the same time, it should be early. Okay, why early? Because it has a market importance, right? I mean, if you see the competitors, probably they will be, ahead of their this guy. Okay, so you should make sure that you are early in the market to capture the market. Okay, and also whatever you are delivering is of high quality and it's valuable software. Okay, so the highest priority should be given to the customer. Here I can give one example. It's like you going to certain stores or nearby shop or anywhere in India, and you go with certain things in the list of items you want to have from the shop and give it to the particular shopkeeper. Okay, and there is he took that particular paper and he's checking it and he's taking time. In 5 minutes again, he didn't give you, but there is another guy who came after 5 minutes and he also asked for a few more things. And the shopkeeper first addressed the second guy who came late. Okay, and but you are still waiting there for your turn and you are asking like what happened to my request and all. Maybe like he might have given you the items which you asked for, but a little bit late after half an hour or so. So next time, do you feel, will you go to that particular shop once again, or you feel like he will be he will be wasting lot of my time. Maybe better I need to see for other stores to go. Which one you will see? You will go to the same shop once again. You will feel satisfied with the previous actions, or you will go to some other shop and see like where do you go actually? Gautami, Gul, Ame, Gayatri.
We may not go to that shop again.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In general, yeah, we will not go because our first of all we are not satisfied with his response. Okay, it took a lot of time for that. Okay, so there's a problem, right? So one of the way to have a business from the customer is to we should give highest priority to that particular customer needs. Yes, then here it's also expected that it should be a continuous delivery and an early one. So that's an important point. So if you take the point one, here the Agile is talking about the customers. Why I have stressed this particular thing? Because in few of the points, the Agile talks mostly about the business, the customers who are coming to you for your service, and how and what you should. Okay, we will talk about other things in the next principles. Okay? Next, the second point, if you talk, you should welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Okay, and why we have to do that? Because agile processes honest change for the customer's competitive advantage. Okay, so unlike your waterfall model where you freeze each and every step and you won't go back and change, here in the agile you will be welcoming his requirements whenever he, even if it is late in the development, even if you have started your development, but he is coming in between and asking you, probably you should pay attention. Okay, you should welcome that first of all. Whether you do it or not, it's another thing. But yeah, accept that. Okay, welcome the changing requirements. Okay, what about the funding, the budget, cost, and all that are the secondary things that can be considered later. But the thing is, you should welcome his changing requirements when, even if it is late in the development. Okay, even if they might have coded, they might have passed all the tests, but he wants something to happen, something to be changed. Probably yes, you should welcome it at the moment. Okay, so this will help the customer to have a competitive advantage in the market. Okay, so maybe if the two companies are competing for the same type of product, okay, probably to have a larger share in the market, then probably this type of things will help the customer a lot. Okay, so welcoming the change in the middle of the development process will help have a competitive advantage. Again, point one, point two, they're talking about the customer. Importance should be given to the customer needs, he should be satisfied. Okay, the 2 points. Okay. Okay. Next. Deliver the working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to shorter time cycle. See, that's what. Early, it was saying in the point one, they were saying about the early, right? So the preference should be given to the shorter time cycle, not to a lengthier one, because by the time the product comes after 6 to 7 months, that may be an outdated one. That's what happened to Nokia, right? I mean, it was not able to incorporate the new changes. Maybe it took time for whatever the decisions from the management side. They were not able to keep up in the market, right? So we should deliver something very frequently, that too from into weeks to months, and mostly within a shorter time cycle. If you can do it, that's much will be much better for the customer. Here, the third point is also concentrating. It is focusing on the customer satisfaction, right? Third point, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good. Any questions still now? 1, 2, 3. I think these are easy to understand, but yeah, any questions we can discuss.
Last minute changes also accepted, right, Simha? But what
Hmm.
if they affect negatively? Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, is it right
See,
to accept those?
see, here the Agile says about welcoming. Okay,
Okay.
it is not saying that. I mean, see, there are so many things which are involved here. If he says in the middle, last minute, and to do something,
Mm.
unless you do certain analysis, you can't incorporate that. But it doesn't mean that we are rejecting his one and and making the customer go back. No, not like that. Okay. So you're making sure that we are acknowledging what is the requirement. Maybe like we will give an assurance that probably if not for this particular sprint or for this particular release, maybe in the next sprint or next release, we may incorporate that. Okay. So that the present deliverables are not affected, whatever. Okay? So acknowledging and welcoming are two different things when compared to delivering it on the spot. Okay, within the timeline. So Ajay is saying as of now, just to accept whatever he's saying, okay, or acknowledge that or welcome that. Later, yes, we have so many other things to talk to that customer, and then you can change it when it will be delivered and all. Okay. Practically speaking, in the middle of the sprint or after the sprint may not be possible, but of course, you are okay to ask him, you can talk to him, you can convince him, and you can incorporate it here. Okay.
Okay.
Next thing, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So this is what, when you say like business people and developers, okay, developers, okay, they must work together. When we talk about together, who are the business people involved? They can't come and talk, right? The representative from the business could be your product owner. Okay, there's one role called product owner role, where he has a very good knowledge on the particular product, who knows in and about the particular product. So we can say the business people here is a representative from the business, a product owner, okay, who can be with the developers, okay, and clear their doubt, and they must be working together daily, okay, throughout the project. Till the particular project is completed, they should be working together. So it is expected that they are working in collaboration. That's very important. So till the 3 points, they are talking about the customer, what you need to do for the customer satisfaction and all. Now comes about internally what you need to do with your team members, with the developers, with the whatnot. Okay, fourth point is that this is very important. Build projects around motivated individuals. Okay, and give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. This is very important. See, slowly it is coming from customer to the employees now. So if you are having an organization, okay, if you are doing some startup, let us say if you are building a startup company, first of all, it should be very, you should provide an environment where your individuals, the people who are working underneath you, okay, they should feel like they are motivated. They are happy. The work culture is very good, a positive environment. Okay, you should create that particular environment. It should not be an environment where they feel demotivated and they lose their hope and all. Okay, give them whatever environment they need and support. Okay, and also you need to trust them. Okay, it's very essential that you need to trust them, give that independence so that they can take their own decisions and they will do the job. Okay, so it is expected out of that. So you should make the individuals motivated. So the thing over here is like you should create an environment where the individuals are very highly effective. Okay, and you are creating that environment, and you are also providing the support they need. You are providing the learning curves. You will helping them to learn something new. You are showing them like how the career is going to be. Okay, when you take up these roles and all. Like that's why like we have in our organizations a lot of trainings happening in the either from the behavioral whatever aspects or technical trainings are going to happen. So this is nothing but they are doing the support. Okay, that's like that positive environment will help to stay with this particular company or with the project. Okay, if anyone gets motivated or demotivated, sorry, then probably it's going to impact everyone, right, in the team. That happens, right? Sometimes it happens, right? Okay, so this is we have to build the projects with the motivated individuals. That's why we will talk about this word. Okay, we'll understand this particular thing, motivated individuals. Okay, how the motivation comes, we'll talk about that later. The sixth point which you're talking about is the most effective, most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within development team is face-to-face conversation. This is very important. So when you have any conflict, I will take here it as a conflict because it's very easy to understand this point. Let us say like within the team, like you have a lot of conflicts, or within your family, even if you take, you have some misunderstandings happening. You have a conflict. What do you do? Okay, the first thing that you will be doing is go to that particular person, talk to them, and resolve the issue, and be happy, and you will stay peacefully. That is the way we do it in our lives, right? In the same way, if it happens in your organization, the most effective method of doing it is have a face-to-face conversation. Now you can ask me like how it can happen because we are in US and we are somewhere in India, other people are working there. Yeah, have a Zoom call or take a phone, call to them, resolve the issue, I mean to say, it need not be any personal issues. Maybe they may have a difference in opinion in their the skill set or whatever skills. Like someone may say like the logic is different. Probably you can code it in a 2 to 3 lines, and some other guy may say like it may take more than 10 lines to do this particular thing. In that particular scenario, instead of putting that in a mail, seeing all the managers and all the heads and all, just take up a call with them, have a face-to-face conversation through mobile or through phone or Skype, whatever that you have, Zoom. Have one face-to-face conversation, resolve the issue, and get the work done. Okay. The one thing that we need to remember here is here we are working for an organization and company. So just keep our, it's better that we keep our grudges or our biases, whatever that we have aside, and work for that organization. Okay. So the efficient way of doing that is having a face-to-face or one-on-one conversations. That's it. It will be very useful. So in this way, Agile, if you see, it is reconstructing. It is changing the way of work. Okay. He was talking about the customers. Okay, you give importance to them, then it will come internally within the team what you have to do. Then it will come personally what you have to do. Right. It was talking about you know. mm, motivated individuals. It is saying that there will be a positive environment. Then it is coming into personal, like how you have to do, what happened, and what you need to do with something which has to be resolved or which has to be clarified. So having a face-to-face conversation. So in that way, agile is something it's the way it is going a deep dive. It's very good. I mean, I enjoy this one. All right, next. The working software is a primary measure of progress. That's very important thing. When I say working software is something which is where you can see like how actually it is working. This is very common word. Okay. If you want to measure the progress of your developers, if you want to see the progress of the work that they have done, you need to ask them like how actually it is working. Okay. If they present you the PPT or if they present you a type of document saying that this is going to behave like this, if you hit this button, if you say, let us say like there's a login page and he's going to showcase, if one of the developer is showing to, showing you a PPT, this is a button. If you click on this button, this will go to this page and all. No, that is not your working. Okay. The primary measure of progress is like you show it on the screen. Okay. You go to that web page, hit that URL, go to that page. After going to the page, click on any of the button and see like how it is working. If it is working, then that means you are progressing, or else it is not at all considered as a work you are doing. Okay, there's nothing that has been done. So primary measure of progress is working software. Okay, so that's very important thing that you need to note. Okay, next thing, the eighth point. The agile processes promote a sustainable development where the sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Actually, why the agile? Because like it is not saying like to stop the project. It is not about that. I mean, it is something which should last long forever and it should create a sustainable development where everyone will have a very good environment to work. Okay, or they can maintain their way of working, their pace of working indefinitely. Okay. So when you talk about the people, the sponsors, like customers or the project managers who are funding whatever, the developers who are working and the users who are using those solutions, they should always go hand in hand, okay, until they reach their this end product. So the agile processes promote this particular development process. Okay. So till the 8 points, like you have any questions here?
No, Sinha. Thank you.
Like these
So
principles are like for Scrum and Kanban both, right? Like
yes, yes. In Scrum we have our own values. Okay, we derive certain things from the Scrum, from the Agile, for the Scrum.
Okay.
The Scrum. So why this is like, what I can say is like we have set of 10 rules. Okay. So 12 principles we have, right? And 4 values. So today, like maybe the Scrum or Kanban or some other lean or whatever, they have taken few of the principles from here and they have created their own framework. Now, tomorrow, if you are more interested, you can also take some of them from here. Okay, create your own framework and do it. It's like that. So these are there's a foundation upon which you can build so many things on. So the agile principles are the foundations to all other frameworks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? So if you take the relevance, uh, should we know the agile principles in and out? As I said, it's not required. If you remember 3 to 4, that's more than enough. Okay. Why I'm stressing on all these the principles because they have a lot of reference in our Scrum when we go back. When you talk about this working software, in one of the events, this is very important. Okay, the Scrum takes from here itself. We have a meeting called as sprint review meeting. Sprint review meeting is a meeting in which the developers are going to showcase their working software. Okay, got it. So in the working software, the Scrum Master, the product owners, the stakeholders, everyone is going to sit there and see like how the software is working. Okay. With that into consideration, they will give the feedback. If they are satisfied, then only it will go into release. Or else, again, they need to work on. Okay, so the point here is like all the frameworks that are derived from the agile, they have their what do you say, the basics or base or roots from the agile principles. So you need to know the agile principles in and out. Okay. Okay. So here is I stop the session. Tomorrow we have another third round of session, another free. The fourth one is going to be a paid version from Thursday onwards. So you have another free session tomorrow also. You can attend and take up the decision. Okay. Fine. Any other questions? I'm ready to take before we.
Simha, I have a doubt
Yeah.
like minimum experience to task. I mean, to start the career as a Scrum Master. Someone said, 5 years, 6 years is mandatory.
4 years.
Yeah, minimum 4 years is
4
needed.
years of IT experience, sir. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Any experience, working experience. That's what I can say because some of the people are from non-IT as well. Why I'm saying 4 years because you will understand in these 4 years how you can manage the people. Okay. You'll understand the process which are happening in your organization or in the IT. Okay. You will come to know lot many things in these 4 years. See, as a fresher, if you start a journey within 1 or 2 years, you will not know like what is actually happening. Only on the third or fourth year, probably you will come to know everything in general. In first 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 years, you will be coding or you will be supporting or you will be testing whatnot. But only and you will be understanding parallelly also. But 4 years will give you a solid foundation for you to start this particular gap. Okay. So it is expected that you work in the IT for 4 years, and you can also say that I have been working along with my Scrum Master. I was shadowing him, and I am aware of that thing. Okay, so that
Okay.
can happen. So 4 years plus is more than enough. See,
Okay.
if you're in the IT industry for 15 years, let us say, and you have a Scrum experience of 3 years also, that's fine, not an issue. The thing is, if you have only 4 years, then yes, 4 years of this Scrum is also important.
Okay. And about the technical knowledge, we need to have basic idea what's going right. Like,
Technical knowledge, in the sense like how the release is happening, or if you talk about, I don't know about UI and UX designs, I don't know about testing, let us say,
okay.
but even then I can become a Scrum Master. Okay, if I know what is happening in the Scrum, how the things are happening, then I can do it. It's not my job to understand how to code and all, or how to test particular page and all. It is their headache, developer's headache, not our headache. Okay.
Yeah.
Only if we know like how the things are happening, that's more than enough. We can go ahead with this particular role. I can't
Okay.
see in this today project they may be doing with React JS or some other project they may be doing on Java, some other maybe on .NET. I'm not bothered about what technology they use. As a Scrum Master, I should not worry about the technologies. Technology, no technology is going to come in. You need not learn anything. Don't learn anything first of all. Even if they ask you to become a technical Scrum Master, straight away say that I don't. So I am not going to be as technical Scrum Master. Straight away reject that particular offer. Got it. Because most of the time they want to have a tester together with a Scrum Master or something like that. That's up to the organization requirement. But we need not learn, right? We can't learn all the technologies and go as a Scrum Master. So that's not our headache now. Okay.
Okay. Like
When we
domain knowledge also like this
not
only,
required.
right?
No,
Yeah.
no, not required at all. No domain knowledge, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Need not worry. Yeah.
Mr. Simha, do
Yeah.
you have experience in America about how Scrum Master things work?
I didn't get you.
Do you
I'm
have
a Scrum Master.
yeah.
Yeah. I am a Scrum Master.
No. I'm saying, do you have the experience in America is different from India, or like it's a total
Oh, okay. That's it. It's the same thing. I'm not sure like how actually they run the events and all, but it's the same thing. I don't find any difference. But I'm not sure of how it's happening in the US. Okay, that's to be frank. To be frank, but in the organization level, it's the same thing because when we have the clients, okay, from there like we conduct in the same fashion. We plan it. Everything is the same.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you go through. I mean, you have a talk with all your colleagues or your friends, like how it's happening there. If something is different, probably try to see. I mean, I'm not sure,
Mm.
but it's same everywhere because like when the clients are from there, like we are conducting the Scrum calls here, so it doesn't differ, right?
Okay. Honestly, even I don't have any idea like how
Mhm.
it works here
Yeah,
or in
nothing changes. See, the Scrum thing doesn't change anywhere. It's the same thing because in my previously when I was working in another organization, the Scrum Master was from Singapore. Somewhere. No, it doesn't matter from where he is. His job is to see that all the things which are related to Scrum. That's it.
Yeah, one more
No problem.
question. Do we need
Mhm.
to sit all the time in front of the system if we become a Scrum Master?
No,
That
no,
we-
no,
I mean to say, do we need to be available all the time? Like,
no, not required.
uh,
Not required. Why?
we have
Because
the
like
select.
we have the freedom. That's the beauty of the role. We have a
Yeah.
lot of freedom. We need not code. We need not test. We need not even configure anything. We are not the
Mm,
Jira admins. Okay, we don't give access to anyone. Revoke, ignore, nothing of that sort. We'll be
mm.
just there to facilitate something, help them, and just that's it. Okay.
Okay.
At the max 3 to 4 hours of it.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
last question from my end. Is this do we have any difference between Scrum Master and business analyst?
A business analyst role, he will be not involved in this all these activities of the Scrum Master. One thing, okay.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Business analyst is purely, to my knowledge, is should be aware of the business activities, which I'm not sure. I mean, okay. But the thing
Okay.
is, compared to that role, Scrum Master job is little easy.
Okay.
Very, and you can manage one team or two teams easily. You will have that
Let-
freedom.
Okay. Let's say if I get a job tomorrow, let's say just a
Mm,
hypothesis. So
mm,
if I
mm,
get a job tomorrow, I don't have any experience in that. How can
mm,
means will I able to sustain or like perform well or good, at least good enough according to the resume that like
mm,
or it's
mm,
like a, I don't know, I'm a little bit scared
mm, mm, mm.
to put experience which I don't have on the resume and going into the organization. That gives me a
Ah,
little bit
mm,
panic thing. So I
mm,
want to make sure that can we
Mm.
sustain, like being
Yes, yes,
a
yes.
being a female gender, there is a
Yes, yes.
little bit of scariness in my head.
Mm.
The thing
True,
is
true,
like,
got it.
what
No.
if I got caught or something like that? So I'm a little bit
Mm.
scared that. Can you put me like
Mm.
educate me on that too?
Yes. So one thing, when you are going as a Scrum Master, it's not that you are just hearing my classes and you are going straight away into that role. No, you will be doing a lot of your homework over there, right? You will be going to a lot of documentation. You will be understanding each and everything. You'll be
Okay.
going to a lot of videos. Okay, you will see the role plays there are on the YouTube. You will see how the things are happening in practically. Okay, so it's not that just we are discussing here and straight away you are going into the job. No, not it is not going to happen in that way. Even I have, when I have got trained, I did lot of homework. I prepared my notes. I written so many things which I don't know. Okay, so there are so many things which are there. Like I have, compiled everything and put it here. But for me, that was not like that. It was not a cakewalk. So I have done a lot of thing, studied. Okay, I spent at least 1 hour daily to understand the Scrum guide. Okay, it's important that we put that effort also. Okay, so I won't say that. Yeah, you may have this particular doubt, like what next or what will happen. But yeah, it won't be a problem because you will be, as you go through, right? I mean, as you progress, you will see like those are very easy to implement and we can do it very easily. Okay. So it's not like you are bluffing anyone, you are, no, deceiving anyone. No, if you're not going to do anything, you can easily handle these things. It's very easy to do. I have done it, so I know. Okay. Because I was seeing the people doing, so I was able to do it very nicely after that. That's very easy.
Okay.
And the thing is, you need not panic on this one. You need not, have a fear on this one because it's just a normal role without any technical things involved, without anything. If someone else, they are going to ask you on the events which are happening and all that's it. That everyone can see. If you are very good at the Scrum Guide, you can easily, with confident, you can say, and you can easily do it. That's not at all an issue. Don't get, I mean, maybe because it's a day one or a day two, like you may have a lot of questions and, a lot of confusion in your mind. Keep it that aside. As the day progresses on, like you will understand much better and you can do it. You go through the YouTube videos, okay? You go through them and you see, understand them. There is a lot to learn. I mean, they're very easy also to do it. Nothing complex, not technical thing. You are just there to help them out. That's it. That you understand first. But you will be knowing each and everything how it is done. That we will be training here. What has to be done, everything like we will train here. But the thing is, you will not do anything. Okay? The developers are going to do everything. That's it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No. Yes. So we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sinha.
Thank you. Thank you, Simha.
Thank you.